Alright, I thought I'd do a quick demonstration of how this piece is put together. And as some of you from my posts suggest, I've made a series of sort of turnbuckles, and that each of these larger pieces they alternate. This is a left-hand thread, this is a right-hand thread, this is a left and a right. And so each of these is threaded in different directions that correspond to its arrangement on the sculpture. And these are made with little square drives on them, and these little gear-shaped pieces slide right over them. So these are the drives for the turnbuckle bolts, so that when they are arranged properly, you can alternately, slowly pull each of these. If you can remember which way to turn them, that is, pull these together to assemble the halves. So there's 8 of these total, so I'll do this stack of 4, and then I'll do a second stack of 4, and that stack will sit on top of this to make a little assembly. So getting these all lined up is a little finicky, but once they're in, you just have to make sure you pull them in evenly at the same time, and they just cruise right together. It's actually much smoother than I had hoped, so this is actually incredibly easy. And so I'm pretty happy with the whole thing. And once I get the second one on there, I'll turn this back on, and you'll be able to see the whole assembly. So I'm going to splice this in. I just wanted to sort of elaborate on how this setup works. Someone had asked if if the right-hand thread and the left-hand thread didn't start at the exact same spot at the exact same time, that the two halves, when they were pulled in, wouldn't seat properly. And that would be true if the right-hand and left-hand threads were fixed to the actual gear itself. But as you can see in this arrangement, what I've created is a broached square hole where the inner bolt can float. So the gear drives this square drive, yeah. So the gear drives the inner bolt, but if I've given myself enough room on either side, it's almost over 1/8 of an inch of room, that I can actually get 3, maybe even 4 turns out of this thing before of imbalance before this thing is sticking out proud and won't seat properly. So if this half starts and I get 2 whole turns before this one starts, it will just pull the bolts slightly to one side, and they'll still both seat perfectly fine. So I've given myself plenty of room, and this actually works beautifully. So all right, so I have my 2 halves together, this half and this half, and this one has to flip onto this one. And then same thing, turnbuckles will pull them all down evenly. But I thought you guys might appreciate seeing why I can't sleep at night when I have to plan for something like this, because this is, high potential for messing this up. So let's see. Right. That one's engaged. All right, well, those are together. I'm gonna fuss with this for a second, and then I'll turn the video back on. Okay, I finally got it. So what I did was I had already tightened these 4 and these 4 down too tight, so there wasn't any enough play to really help me get these set. So I just went and I loosened these just a crack so that I could help get these all seated right. So now it should go much smoother. It's still a matter of figuring out which one needs the most. It's hard to tighten them all completely evenly, but this seems to be working. And then for the last little bit of snugness, I made this spanner wrench. It's actually 3D printed. It's very soft PLA, so I know there's stronger material to print it, but I actually want it nice and soft. I'd rather this break than mar anything. So that's my strategy here. And so now what I'll do is I'll just go around and snug each one of these up. Okay, they're all tight. So now this is the most, this thing is solid as a rock now. So I'll just hold it up so you can see it a little bit, see the inside. A lot left to do, but this thing in itself is a masterpiece. Okay,